Some of the problems are, we got the Nord Stream, the shutdown for 3 days. Putin's going to continue probably to play around with that stuff. In this country, we got an LNG facility that down in Freeport, the U.S. Freeport, an extension of some maintenance. And then we got to worry about France because they're doing some maintenance on some nuclear reactors. And then you got to worry about China because of the heat wave and the drought. So this is a totally global marketplace, and we got to worry about hot spots all over the world.
Yeah, and I think the main difference between what's happening in the U.S. and what's happening with the crisis in Europe is that Europe would love to have additional LNG exports out of the U.S., but there is a limit to how much gas U.S. Facilities can send out, and that limit is liquefaction capacity. This is a very specialized technology, and you can't just keep exporting as much gas as you want, despite this incredible spread between U.S. natural gas prices at $9 to $10 an MMBTU and European gas prices at 90. I didn't mispronounce that, $90 an MMBTU, right? So you have an incredible spread in price, but there is only so much the U.S. can export. So the linkage between the U.S. and the European situation from a fundamental perspective is not fully there for the near term. What can play a role, though, is, well, a couple of things. One, sometimes you do have some sympathy moves in U.S. natural gas prices when European gas prices move a lot. We saw this past Monday very clearly. But also, I think we need to watch coal prices. We have to remember that coal is also at record high levels, and U.S. coal prices do follow international coal prices as well. So this has increased natural gas prices indirectly, because in the U.S., you look at balances and you think, well, if things go a lot tighter, gas may need to rise to Appalachia coal levels, which are getting more and more expensive as well.
There's contagion, I guess, and then there's actual issues, like you just said. Maybe natural gas is not quite as much of a global price, but we got problems with crude. That's around the world. So if it's going to be, we see where Brent is. So with WTI can't suddenly just be $30 below that, probably. So and then the natural gas, the contagion I'm talking about. If it's a cold winter and Europe is plunged into some type of recession because they can't power manufacturing and facilities because they're heating their homes, that's going to be a contagion to us as well. So we're not an island over here. And it just seems like we've got to keep our eye on exactly what's happening. And it could get a lot worse here. The energy crisis there could have major effects in the United States.
Absolutely. And you touched on two very important points. The gas to oil substitution potential in Europe is quite significant at this point, because it's not just about generating electricity with oil. It's about all these announcements we're hearing every week from industrial users of natural gas saying, listen, natural gas is so much more expensive than oil, and I may not even have access to it, that I'm just going to use oil in my boiler instead. So this substitution is something we saw last winter, and we think this winter can play out even more significantly because of substitution in the industrial sector as well. So if the refining sector was already tight for oil, this will tighten it even more, for sure.
Yeah.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.